Everybody, New York Fashion Week 2020. We're here with one of the top models, Michaela V. She's not only an incredible model, but she also has, what's the name of the shoe company?
Michaela V. It's
All
just
right.
my name. I named it because it's very personal.
Okay.
I feel like it's part of me.
When did that happen?
It happened and about 2 years ago. I started doing research on it when there was so much that I had to learn. I'm the type of person, if I'm gonna get into something, I wanna learn back and front, so I did so much research. And one of the funny things, how I started it, I actually really wanted to learn about feet. Yeah, I really wanted to learn about feet.
Who doesn't really?
I don't know.
Yeah, I know. I was going to be a podiatrist.
I'll keep our secret safe.
All right, fine.
I'll keep our secret safe. I'm sure there are websites for that, but just so you know.
Foot fetish time. All right, check her out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so one places that I went to was one of those Chinese like reflexology people that give you like feet massages for like $20. Mm-hmm. So I actually went to them and I asked them about the pressure points, and they like show me these little maps. This is when you press this point, this is what happens. And I asked them about heels, and they gave me these little maps, and I was going to get feet massages every week, and I learned a lot from them. And then I kind of figured out how to build a sole, and we went from there.
I am very impressed. You really went from the bottom up of not just, oh, this is the style, but let's take the foot into account because that's the most important part.
Yeah, it's not even a foot. I believe that what makes women attractive, it's not the shoes, it's not the outfit, it's her confidence. And when somebody doesn't feel good,
look, it's the face. Go ahead.
if somebody doesn't feel good, they just cannot walk with the same aura or confidence in a room.
There's an absolute energy and a vibe. If someone feels confident, feels great, they had a good day, they look good, they had a nice meeting, all of a sudden it comes out, and then everybody wants to be around them, like this one. All right, so let's start out. When you were little Michaela, like junior Michaela, what were you thinking about doing?
This was very funny because when I was little, I had a very wild imagination. I was one of those kids that had like imaginary friends, and I like, in a funny way, as I grew up, I saw this documentary about like that everybody loved, The Secret, and it's pretty much talking about manifestation, and I kind of created an imaginary world that years later on I live in.
That's really, well, there's The Secret. I mean, there's a success story and a half.
Yeah, I didn't know that, and when I saw the documentary, I was like, wait, I was kind of doing this since I was like 5. When I was in Slovakia, of course, we all have like these local celebrities and such, and there was this model. There was like, she's like over 10 years older than me, and when I was like still in school, I believed that she's my friend because I looked up to her. She was in like magazines and tabloids and all of these things, and I was like, oh my God, I love her. I felt like I know her, and I truly believed it. And as years went by, she became a good friend of mine. We talk to this day, and when she's in New York, she stays over at my house. But when I was in school, I used to tell my friends that she is my friend. And like, of course, nobody believed me. I could have been like 10 or 11. She was in her 20s. Like, how could that be? But I just
we play
believed
Barbie
it in my
together.
mind.
Yeah. You are the queen of manifest destiny. I have never seen someone who's done so much with that imagination that at that young age, people probably say, she's a little special, watch out. And then it comes to be Diane Furstenberg and all these other people. Yeah. You make stuff happen.
Yeah, there were some of like the biggest names, and
you did
it's been great. Well,
I see it as they got to meet her. Forget that, she met them. They met you.
That's right.
That's right. Let's get into something here. All right. Who's the sexiest man alive? Talking about like TV show, movie stars, whatever. What's your type? Because every guy out there wants to hear, this is a girl that I'll never get next to. She'll never date me. But what is she like? What is she into?
So it's funny. I feel like my taste changed since I grew up. And I actually never told this to anyone. This is funny.
Breaking news.
But
TMZ, look out.
One of my first crushes when I was becoming a teenager, and I started noticing men.
This is going to be so good.
Okay.
It's going to be like Ellen or something, but go ahead.
Actually, kidding.
Yes. It's all right. Ellen's awesome. Go ahead.
It was the rapper T.I.
Who?
The rapper T.I.
T.I. All right.
Yeah, I was really into like this.
Shout out to T.I.
Oh my God, this is embarrassing. It was one of these like.
He will hear this. I'm promising you. So choose those words very carefully.
That's funny. And I was really into kind of like the bad boy or rebellious, because I was rebellious myself. I was very stubborn, and if I put my mind into something, I just did it.
I can see in your eyes, you are a terror. No, when someone gets on the wrong
It's
side of you or
funny.
you're on a mission, forget about
And
it.
I kind of moved into New York. I was living here for like first 6 months to a year. I ran into him, and I was never that shy in my life.
You closed down on TI?
No.
Well, you said you were
Not
so
like
shy.
that.
What, I mean, what did you do? Oh, autograph
No,
my butt or something?
no. Not like that, never. And it, actually funny, I was going into a party, and I didn't notice, like I was with my girlfriend, there was like this guy in a striped sweater, like walking in, and he held the door, and then he turned around, and it was like, oh, like, hey, what's up? And I looked, and I was just like, oh my God. This was kind of surreal moment for me, because I felt like also the same way, I feel like I knew this person, and like, I just said thank you, and like, you're great.
That was it.
That was it.
Let me ask, because obviously what you see and foresee comes through. Who's on the list now? Who's next?
Who's on my list to meet?
On that, yeah, that's going to happen. Who's going to hold the door next for you?
Just a great person.
Oh,
Just
anyone
you know
who is wonderful.
When I moved to New York and I used to like imagine my boyfriend, I had like this list, and you know what had happened for me? I had like this list of like the person, what he should look like, what he should be like, what like the personality should be like, and you know what? I got everything I wanted, and I wasn't happy.
And you weren't happy?
No.
Okay, that's now we're getting into something good.
So I feel like as I'm growing up, I'm truly what I want to meet. If we're talking about man,
Absolutely.
I guess if we still are, I genuinely want just a kind-hearted person, someone genuine, someone open, and someone that I can have fun with, and nothing else matters to me.
Yeah, you're giving me that model thing of, oh, as long as he's nice and has a good sense of humor, right? Good luck with that sense of humor, guys. What was wrong with the other guy? You said you got everything you want. What did he do or not have?
I kind of want to keep it for myself.
That's for yourself.
I kind of want to keep it for myself.
All right, we got a mystery going here. I want to know what happened, but I'll just put it in my own head. All right, so let's look at some people. People are going crazy over like, was it Joe Jonas or whatever, the one married to the beautiful Indian girl, and they treat him like a sex symbol. What do you think of him? I see him as like a guy who'd be on a wrestling team in my high school, not a sex symbol.
You know what? I feel like talent is attractive. I feel like anyone that like has a passion and that has a talent, I feel like that's so attractive.
Okay.
I feel like also that's why like girls are like so attracted to musicians or like anything, because it's just attractive. When somebody is good at whatever they do, then yeah, that's attractive.
Okay, so it's not
That's great.
simply tall, dark, and handsome or something like that.
I mean, that works too, you know.
Of course, that's a bonus if that's it. What about like Justin Timberlake? Extremely talented, but you know, bringing sexy back.
great.
I've met a lot of girls who are like, he don't bring no sexy back. He's great,
I kinda
but
like
not
him.
really.
Yeah.
Okay, Timberlake, you got another one.
I feel like also like my taste just changed since oh my God, I'm kind of embarrassed that I said it. I really feel like
Embarrassed
nobody knew
about what?
except like my best friends.
Who? Embarrassed about what? I'm listening to you almost, but I missed it. What'd you say?
About like that I had a crush on T.I. when I was young. But I feel
Nothing
like
wrong
my
with
taste
that.
kind of changed now. I kind of liked more like, I don't want to say Polish guys, just like somebody just like put together and like nice, you know?
Good luck. We're in New York. You'll find that.
Not anymore like the rebel thing. I feel like I'm kind of over that.
No more rebel, no more motorcycle,
No.
and get on the back, and I'll treat you horribly.
I move
Okay.
over from the Harley Davidson.
So mature now. All right, you've got the great taste, you're set. But most importantly, the career's going great. You've got signed up, and recently you got signed with an acting agency as well.
Yeah.
So there's nothing you can't do. What about this acting thing? What do you,
It kind of came out of nowhere. I just kind of bumped into it, and then like this happened at the award show. Then my girlfriend took me to. She dated a basketball player, and like she took me to ESPN Awards, the ESPYs. Like it's seriously didn't know anyone except Caitlyn Jenner. I like didn't want to stay and watch it, so I like walked around, and like I found this room where like people kept getting drinks. I was just like, let's just get out of here for a little bit. Let's go get drinks. I started getting tipsy and kind of have like a weird sense of humor. I like to make fun of myself. I'm a lot of sarcastic. Like I talked to my girlfriend, listen, I don't know anyone here except Caitlyn Jenner. That's the one person I know, and like the only thing what I keep like can do here, I'm just kind of looking for my next ex-boyfriend.
look at that. Look at the attitude going in. You can't win with these models. My next ex-boyfriend. All right, go ahead.
It's a room full of men. What am I supposed to look at?
And you're tipsy. So you went home with Caitlyn Jenner. We'll keep that on record.
No.
All right.
No, I didn't go home with anyone, obviously, but I just like kept going on about just like making fun of myself. And somebody,
Who are you talking to when you're making fun of yourself? Because you're like, I keep going on. Are you just?
To my girlfriend.
Oh, to your
like,
girlfriend,
whoever.
okay.
And anyway, so like in the room, I just kept, I was tipsy and I started getting audience of like making fun of myself. Like, I was like, okay, whatever. I started like rating shoes of these people and whatnot. And somebody turned around and it was like,
You started reflexology on people. Sit down.
yeah, I was getting great tips.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Michaela. Put your feet up.
And somebody just tapped me on the shoulder. And I was like, hey, wait, you're hilarious. Like, what's your name? And I'm like, I'm Michaela. Like, what's yours? And it was one of the biggest talent agents in LA. And he was like, what agency are you with? And I gave him my agency at the time. And I was like, yeah, I never heard of it. Like, you're not with him anymore. Mm. And I kind of like didn't take it seriously. Like, it's LA, whatnot.
Here's my card. We'll have lunch.
Yeah. And I was just like, yeah, just give me your email. And I was just like, well, all right, that's my email. He didn't ask me for anything more. And the next morning, I was connected to 2 agents in WME, and I went in for a meeting. So that was great.
That's a Hollywood dream. That's what you want.
That was great. And yeah, then they sent me to an acting school. I was studying there for 6 months. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it had happened like end of last year, so I just started getting like my first audition, and we'll see where it goes.
Oh, I know where it's going to go, and I think everyone else does. Have you really been in love? I know you found that guy, but he wasn't perfect because whatever. But was there ever something where you felt it's more than a crush?
Yeah.
All right.
I was in love.
Okay.
I was in love more than once. I believe it was twice. I was really in love.
You are lucky. All right.
Yeah. At least I think one of it was my first love. And when I was traveling, when I started modeling, one of my first contract was in Istanbul in Turkey. And I did fell really in love with a Turkish guy. It was kind of in a sense my first real boyfriend.
Okay.
It was the first real thing. And yeah, I feel like it was my still biggest love up to this day.
Okay. So the bar is set pretty high. I mean, you got to be Turkish, you got to be amazing, and
No, okay. No. Yeah, you just gotta be amazing.
you just have to be amazing. Yeah, I've heard the qualities. I see people at home writing down all the things they need to be, which they're not. All right. Any reason why it ended? Was it because of travel and your career and stuff?
Because I was very young.
Okay.
I was very young.
And he was 60.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm 75.
Yeah, I just started getting way too serious, and I felt somewhere in my heart that I have a long way to go. And to this day, I believe the next time I really commit up to something that will lead to something more than a relationship, that will like take the next step further. I always said to myself, I want to build myself up. I want to be the best version of myself that I can be.
Right.
And I feel that I still have a long way to go.
Okay.